Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning back into another video. In today's video, I actually have kind of like a New Year's resolution video that I'm going to be talking about. I have kind of like written down a ton. One thing for every single team here, which is a New Year's resolution for every NHL team's jerseys. So it could be to add something to their collection. It could be to change something from their current look. It could be to just remove something or, just anything kind of evolving around their current jerseys. Something that I think every team should have as a resolution or a goal going into next season for their look. If you guys enjoyed this video, it would mean a lot, of course, if you guys subscribed, like the video if you guys enjoyed. Let's get into it. So we're just going to kind of go down the list. I have one for every single team. I'll give you guys my reasoning as to why I think this should be their New Year's resolution. And yeah, let's just start it off first with the Anaheim Ducks, and that is to remove the orange pants from their look. I think it works really good for a team like San Jose. When they kind of introduce their new jerseys, they have the teal everything, including the pants and the helmet, and I think it looks really good. I do, however, think the Anaheim Ducks orange just doesn't work as good for them. I think it's very, I don't know, it's too much orange. And I think the orange that they use isn't even that nice of an orange, that I just think they should just remove it completely. Next is the Boston Bruins, and I actually think they should use their last year alternate jersey, the one they use for their kind of specialty year, and they should use that as a full-time alternate jersey instead of that B alternate jersey that they currently have. I think the one that they wore last year, that off-white one, I actually have it in my collection. It's actually right here. I think is such a nice jersey that thing should actually stick around full time for their lineup as their alternate jersey. Next up for the Buffalo Sabres, a part of me wanted to say to remove their alternate jersey, which I know a lot of people would not agree with. So I decided to keep it, but remove that weird goofy stripe that I think is supposed to be the horn on the jersey, because I think that part is super dumb and hideous and definitely needs to go. So I think if they remove that, then I like the jersey. So that's kind of my New Year's resolution for the Buffalo Sabres for their jerseys, to remove that horn stripe on their alternate jersey. Next up for the Calgary Flames, I think they just need an overall new Blasty third jersey. I think keep Blasty. I think keep the colors. Keep that. It's a part of their tradition. I like Blasty as a logo, but I do think you need to completely redo the design. I think the flames that they added in it is super duper boring, to be honest. I thought it was kind of cool at first. Now I think it's kind of gimmicky, kind of lame. And I think the striping is just a little bit lackluster. I would like them to just do a complete all new design for it. Next up, the Carolina Hurricanes. This one's pretty easy. I literally just wrote down pick an identity, pick something, go with it. Because I personally think their current home jersey, being that black old alternate that they had, just doesn't work as a home jersey. I think it needs to stay as an alternate, and for that, I think they need to pick a direction. Either pick a logo. I mean, their home jersey right now, which is their old alternate one, doesn't even have their current logo on it. Neither does their away. The only one that does is their alternate. So I think they just need to pick a direction and go with it. Chicago Blackhawks one's pretty simple. I think they just need a black alternate jersey. Bring in an alternate jersey. They currently do not have one, and I don't see why. I think the Chicago Blackhawks are a perfect team for a very, very nice black alternate jersey. For the Colorado Avalanche, this might be a little bit of a hot take, and some people might not agree with this, but I think it's time for them to get a new alternate jersey. I'm not particularly a huge fan of it. I do have it in my collection, but I'm just not a big fan of it. I don't think the logo looks particularly great, and I think the overall design is just quite boring. I think they're just due for a new alternate. For the Columbus Blue Jackets, I have for their New Year's resolution is just to come out with an absolute banger Stadium Series jersey. It's about time for them to just have another sick jersey. I think they did pretty good with their 2 reverse retros that they came out with over the past couple of years. I think their alternate jersey looks good. I even like their home jersey, and their away is not too bad. I think just to come out with an absolute banger Stadium Series jersey would be sick. Number 9 for the Dallas Stars. I had a hard time thinking of one for them, but I would love for them to kind of add like a glow-in-the-dark aspect to their current alternate jerseys. I think their alternate jerseys, the all black and green ones, would be so cool if that green, or even if they just added some glow-in-the-dark stars throughout the jersey that you only saw when the lights were out. I think something like that would be so cool. Next up, the Detroit Red Wings. Again, kind of like what I said with one of the other teams before, the Chicago Blackhawks. I think Detroit's should be to have a black alternate. I again think Detroit's another perfect example. To see one of their jerseys done in black would be so cool. Next up, the Edmonton Oilers. I think this one might be a bit of a hot take for some people, and some people might not agree with this, but I would love to see their old two-tone alternate jersey come back full time. I personally really like that. For the Florida Panthers, they just need an alternate jersey. Why not bring back the Reverse Retro 1 as a full-time alternate jersey? I think that thing is absolutely perfect. And I mean, it honestly is better than their current home ones. I'd be better off them just going back to that full-time, but they're not going to do that. So why not just bring that back as an alternate? The LA Kings, this is a pretty simple one. I think they just need to shrink that torso. That stripe on the torso of their new home and away jersey is just way too crazy. Their New Year's resolution should be to shrink that. For the Minnesota Wild, I think theirs should be to get a new away jersey. I think their home jersey is so nice, having the stripe behind the logo, just everything about it, the colors, that I think their home one, but I think their away one is just so lackluster. It's white. I mean, their home jersey doesn't have white anywhere in it. It's all off-white, and then their away jerseys are just white and green. I just would like to see a little bit more with it. Next up, the Montreal Canadiens, kind of a two-parter. I would like for them to just have an alternate. I think their New Year's resolution should be to come out with an alternate jersey, but I also think it should be blue. I think a blue alternate jersey, kind of like what they did with either of their reverse retros, would be sick. The Nashville Predators, their New Year's resolution should just be to blow it up, both on the ice and in their looks, because their jerseys are some of the worst in the NHL that I think they just need to rebrand completely. New Jersey Devils should retire the jersey and redo an actual good black and red alternate jersey. Like, just scrap the jersey, just give it another try. Just come out with a better design. For the New York Islanders, kind of like the Nashville Predators a little bit, I would just like a new look. I personally think their current jerseys, their home and aways, are just kind of boring. I would love to just see a new looked Islanders, just a whole rebrand in general. For the Rangers, their new alternate jersey is pretty cool. There's nothing I absolutely like hate about it or love about it, but I'd love to see Lady Liberty return full time. For the Senators, they gave it a try on their rebrand, and I think the rebrand is better than the old one, but I think they also need another one. I think going back retro is not it. I don't like the new look. I don't like the new logo. I don't like the new jerseys. I think they're boring. I think they just need to scrap that and just give it another try. For the Flyers, I'd love to see a black alternate jersey that looks like their home one. I know they have their alternate jersey that's black with the orange stripes, but I'd really like to see one that keeps that home jersey design, but used on a black jersey. For the Pittsburgh Penguins, again, they have a pretty nice alternate jersey. I quite like it. I like the text and everything, but I'd love Robo Penguin to come back full time for them as an alternate jersey. The San Jose Sharks, another team that has a really nice alternate jersey, one I actually really like, and one I actually have in my collection, but I would love for them to come back with their stealth jersey. I think their stealth jersey is fire, and I would love for that thing to come back. Next up, the Seattle Kraken, and it's simple, just get an alternate jersey. They don't have one, get one. Next up, the St. Louis Blues. For those of you guys who do not know, the St. Louis Blues wear probably the most jerseys out of every team in the NHL just on a yearly basis. I say just get more. That's my New Year's resolution to the Blues. They have such a nice lineup with jerseys. Just wear like 20 different jerseys every year. Tampa Bay Lightning, I think they need a total rebrand. I think that should be their resolution going into next year, is to rebrand the Tampa Bay Lightning. Some new jerseys. I think their logo is okay, but definitely some new jerseys. Get away from that kind of Toronto look. Speaking of Toronto, I think they just need to add some life to their jerseys. I think they've had the same jerseys for quite a while now. It's about time to spruce it up a little bit, maybe go a different design, or just add something to it that kind of just is a little bit different, a little bit more fun, and just a little bit more unique. Next up, Utah, pretty simple, get a logo. The Canucks, they just need to pick between the skate or the Orca. I personally like both. I'm a big fan of the Orca logo and jerseys. I like blue and green. I think it's a unique color combo that's not used in the NHL, so I'd like that to stick around. And that's just all they need to do, is just pick one way or the other. Vegas, I mean, a lot of people are going to disagree with this. I think it's time to retire the gold home jersey, come out with a different one. Honestly, the same two resolutions apply to both the Washington Capitals and Winnipeg Jets, and that's get a whole new look. It's time for both teams to rebrand. Maybe keep the logos if you want. I think the Caps could use a new one, but if you really want to keep them both, do it. But they both need new jerseys 100%. But there you guys have it. That is me kind of giving my New Year's resolutions for every single teams and kind of involving around their jerseys. Do you guys agree with some of these? If you do, let me know which ones you agree with. Also, let me know which ones you guys absolutely disagree with. I probably have some kind of hot takes. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace.